I went through and fixed a few places where forbidden on fire weren't being expected for next time. Burning milkable creatures was still a problem, for example. Stopped people from giving quests to kill themselves. You can't yet strangle people with the exposed cuts, though I suppose that's now within reach. I also got started on jumping. My first jump was off by a factor of 100, so I flew against a cliff and blew apart. I'm still working on it. Dwarf Fortress is ever a wondrous resource of just weird, bizarre quotes of the bug logs and the patch notes and all that. But anyway, welcome back to Dwarf Fortress, Vaultglaze or Ubbulfikod. I forget how many years we've survived in the game. Maybe about 3? And last time, we had... last time we had walled ourselves up inside the mountain. Because there was goblins outside. And, we don't have a military to really deal with them. So, I've walled ourselves up inside for the moment. We have everything we need in here. And if migrants come, I don't know. If there's a siege on, they'll have to fend for themselves. If there's not a siege on, I'll probably let them in. If a siege arrives just after I tear down the wall to let the migrants in, I don't know. Fun will ensure. We have... What have we done? We expanded the bedrooms last time. I started working on this... What's going to be a library down here. If when the traders come again, we're going to be able to get a few more books or something. Though we do have some books, and if I get paper, which we can get, because I have, I think, some material which we can actually turn into paper. Let's see. We'll be able to get our dwarves to start actually writing some books of their own. Let me have a look. Paper. Or sheets. Okay, so you can make paper from flax, jute, hemp, cotton, remy, kenaf, pigtail. So we can actually make sheets because we got pigtail. And rope reed. You can also make papyrus from papyrus plants, which you actually have some in the garden. Though I think you need an awful lot of them to make some papyrus. And parchment, which is made from hide and milk of lime at a tanner's shop. Okay, what's milk of lime? Stone-derived liquid product used in the production of parchment. Milk of lime is produced at an ashery. Any dwarf with the lime maker labor enabled can convert 1 bag of quick lime into 10 units of milk of lime. Bit of a shame you can't use quick lime as a offensive thing in a siege. and then in Dwarf Fortress, the what's it called? You know, Geneva Convention is enacted and chemical warfare is abolished. You must have an empty bucket available to do so. Milk of lime's sole use in the production of parchment. A dwarf with a tanner labor enabled can bring a tanned hide and a bucket of milk of lime to a tanner's shop to produce a sheet of parchment. Milk of lime, or lime water, is a milky solution of calcium hydroxide in water. It has a wide variety of uses since ancient times, including fresco painting, food preparation, and personal hygiene. Wouldn't that sting? Maybe it's not as caustic as quicklime. Quicklime can be produced at a kiln or magma kiln by cooking any of the calcium carbonate stones, calcite, chalk, limestone, or marble. While we have chalk and marble, a dwarf must have the furnace operator labor active to do this. If you're using a standing kiln, the process will consume 1 unit of fuel, and if in either case, you'll need an empty bag to store the finished product. On its own, a bag of quicklime has no practical use. However, it can be further processed at an ashery into milk of lime. In-game quicklime does not pose any health hazard to your dwarves and cannot be weaponized for its fun reaction with water. Ah, boo. yeah, quicklime also as burnt lime or calcium oxide is a caustic alkaline crystal that forms a fine white powder. Plaster of home to use as a primitive chemical weapon. Yep. Okay. Sure. That's if we want to make it from, we want to make hide from leather. Though I think considering that we have pigtails, we'll probably just increase our pigtail production and, base it off that. Where's our pigtails here? Are any listed? No. Why do we not have any pigtails here? Is it because they've all been planted? And they've all been turned into thread. Okay, also last time we had the big issue of a troll, which decided to wander into our fortress. And it sat down in the doorway here. And apparently it was holding onto the nose of a dog for several in-game days, or maybe even a month. Until the dog finally hit the troll, and then the troll lost it, attacked the dog, possibly seemed to charge across the room, toppled a statue, and then it got cursed by the god and turned into a vampiric troll. So, we had to kill it. And that cost the life of 2 of our military dwarves, I believe. But we ended up killing it, and we now have a plinth here, pedestal, with the tusk of the troll on it. Gerpastro's left tusk. Steel Wizard Drains Rifles. Or Drain. Is it Drains Rifles? Or is it Drains Trifles? Troll's blood on it. So, it's quite the trophy from a vampiric troll having one of its tusks. Doesn't mean much, but I don't think there's any more. I don't think there's any more body parts of the troll available. Let's have one more look. If there's another. If there's another tusk somewhere, I could put that onto the plinth as well. It'd be neat if we could get one of its fangs. Do vampires grow fangs? When like a dwarf turns into a vampire, do they get fangs? I don't actually know that. Do vampires in Dwarf Fortress even have fangs? I would assume so. No, it doesn't look like there's any more body parts there. We have its skeleton, so eventually that will rot away. Let's see. Vampire. Description. The amount of vampires, blah blah blah. In Dwarven, a vampire or bloodsucker is called a Nazush Eb. It doesn't actually say whether they have, like, fangs. Nope. Doesn't say anything about the fangs on the page for vampires, so maybe the only thing which differentiates a vampire from a normal dwarf is that they're undead. And all the bonuses which come from that, but apart from that, they don't seem to get any fangs. So the left tusk is good enough. We also started construction of our iron vault down here, which we're going to store some of our valuable items in. We're going to need a lot more iron bars, though, to be able to finish the construction of that. I'm thinking that it's going to be multiple floors big. I don't know. I haven't done a large construction like that for a while. I did do... Okay. Yes, I was creating a room over here also to put the corpses in, so they can quit stinking up the place. Because if we are not going outside, and we won't have access to the... Oh, there's merchants actually on the map. Right. Remove the construction. We'll try and trade with them. People are throwing tantrums. Masterpiece microcline coffin. Well done. And you have removed that? Come on. Takes a while for dwarves to deconstruct buildings. There we go. Okay, and you can build a trade depot down there. Okay, and we're also busy smoothing out our fortress. Having all the floors smoothed will just make dwarves happier. Our dwarf dogs are still injured. Can you please, like, diagnose them and heal them? Make soap from tallow. Needs lye containing items. Well, that's kind of good to hear. Does that mean that we have soap in here? Yes, we do. We have 888 bars of soap or something. Globs of soap? We don't have any powder for casts, though. And for that, I think we need gypsum. Let's see. Powder. Plaster. Gypsum, alabaster, selenite, or satin spar. Okay. Do we have any of that around here? I'm gonna have to have a look. This is marble. That's quartzite. That's schist. What's this? Mica. This is slate. So that's not right. That's marble. That's microcline. A bit. That we can see a bit better. This is quartzite again. What if we go down? It's here. Quartzite. Schist. Sphalerite. Wasn't one of the things, was it? No. Okay, where's gypsum? Let's see. Gypsum is an ordinary stone. It is found in sedimentary layers as large clusters, and it is the hash symbol and it's yellow. Okay, so that'll be up near the surface. If we have any. But we might not. Might be over there. We'll have to mine over here, because since I embarked on 2 biomes, then... Oh, you gave birth to a boy down there. Congratulations! We can actually, like, look at different parts of the map to see... We have resources, we have iron ore over here, but if we look over here, we might have something different. Because this is, more like plains and forest, whereas over here it's mountain. It's easier if you can see above ground. See, there's a mountain over there. Extends down there. And over here is where all the trees are, so different biomes. Right. Do that. Do that. Like that. And do that. Oh, stray sow has given birth to a piglet. And... Ooh, that's right. I did create some more picks. So... I would want to... make a few more of my dwarves. Miners. You're a gem setter. You could be a miner. You're a ranger. You're a bone carver, but you're a really skilled bone carver. You're a furnace operator, that's fine. Farmer. Good planter. Herbalist. Fish dwarf. Monster slayer. You could be a miner. Lime maker. Yep, you could be a farmer. A miner as well, not a farmer. I think I created some more picks. Let's have a look. They are under weapons. Are they not? Yes. Let's see. Code. Iron picks. Yes, we have got 3 of them. Okay, they're also going out and putting stuff into the pile, so that's fine. We'll probably actually be getting a large amount of stuff to put into the pile. Giant cave toad nervous tissue. Rotten giant cave toad meat. Living off a diet of giant cave toads. Okay, and we've got that pile there, so we'll put this as corpses. And we'll also put it as corpses. I'll put it as like refuge as well. Yeah, there we go. Corpses and refuse. We need some doors on it because it's going to be stinking up the place. There we go. It's not going to be pleasant for any dwarf which goes in there. But okay, you're mining all that? Good. Blacksmith cancels drink horrified. Why? What are you horrified by? Where are you? You're over there. Oh, no wonder you're horrified. You're in our corpse pile. Just went in there. It's just, oh god, so much death. I was out in the way. I was out in the rain. It makes me so grouchy. Just going in there, it's just like, oh, because there's so many bodies in there. He's just uneasy after seeing them all. However, if they see them every now and then, they'll get like desensitized to it. So, a better option is possibly to build a pit, and then you just dump your rubbish down the pit. If there's... God, yeah, that's a... Oh, wait, what did I do? Okay, don't do that. Let's, stop this. This is, I'm going to build a pit. Another thing you could do is, if you need to have, or want to have, a refuse or corpse pile inside, you would build the room, and then you would mine the roof away so that it's exposed to the air above, or exposed to the outside. Then the room counts as outside, and then you pave over it like I did with the farm. And even when you put a floor over it, it still counts as outside, and areas outside don't create miasma like this. So, it won't create miasma in your fortress, even though it's underground. And that doesn't matter how far down it is, as long as the tiles are exposed to the open sky above, it counts as outside. So it could be all the way down, as far down as you can go. If it's a shaft with open to the air, it will count as outside. So I'm going to want to build a pit for all my yucky stuff. Let's see. If I go where? Build it like here. 2, 3, 4. You don't need that big of a pit, really. 2, 3, there. That's fine. And if we do like this. And like that. And what I'm going to do is we'll do an upstairs like here. And then we'll do up downstairs. No, that's not actually that far down. Because our bedrooms are right above it. Forget that then. Build it somewhere else. Where? Hey, Mason's given birth to a girl. I can build it over here. Okay. Build a downstairs, like here. And you can build a channel like that. And you go upstairs. Hang on. That should be fine next to my mining area there. Like that. Go down one more. Upstairs. Like that. And then just mine that out like that. Yep. And then we'll just remove the floor every layer until it's a big pit. And we'll floor over it, and then we'll just be able to dump stuff down there. It should be far enough down that the miasma doesn't get to the top of the pit. And I have to remember how you have to place the dump thing to be able to drop stuff down the pit. Let's see. Refuse. No, that's not right. Pit. Pit pond designation. Okay. A pit pond requires a ramp or hole with adjacent flooring on which a dwarf can stand. Designate the zone from the top of the ramp or hole such that the zone designation is floating in the open space above the floor of the pit pond. By default, the zone will be a pit. To change it to a pond, press P, capital P, then F. Creatures can be assigned to a pit pond. The only real difference is that a pond will attempt to be filled with water by dwarves. Mass pitting. No. No, that's not what I want. I'm pretty sure there's a way where you can designate a pit and then dwarves will like throw stuff down the pit. Like throw rubbish down the pit. Garbage dump. There we go. Garbage dump zones are areas in which dwarves will throw items marked for dumping. That's not really the same. Not the same as refuse stockpiles. Despite the name, garbage dump zones are useful for many things beyond garbage disposal. Yeah. That's what I had for the, that's just a dump pile. That's not really the same thing. No, that's not really what I'm looking for either. Let's see. Refuse. Refuse stockpiles. I thought there was a way to be able to do this where you put, like... designate it as a pit. I suppose it's just that, and then you just dump all of your corpses and all that, and then they just dump it down the hole. I suppose that's what it is. But that's not really what I want them to do. I would want them to, whenever they... I don't want to have to designate them to be dumped manually. I wanted them to do it automatically. Well, we'll have a pit which we can dump creatures down anyway. That'll be fun. Okay, have you finished mining that out? No. Oh, what's this? Oh, giving birth to a boy. Congratulations. Okay, you should be... There we go. Okay. Oh, wait, there's a bit left. Thank you, thank you. Everyone's having babies. So many babies. And there we go. Okay. So we go here. And there. And then we let them remove the floor there. Oh, merchants are leaving. Oh well. Whatever. What's that? Oh, you sod. Someone just destroyed my farm plot. All those plump helmets. They were innocent. Ugh. Someone threw a fit and destroyed the farm. We have more than enough seeds to replace that both, but that's still irritating. How do you even destroy a farm? He must have, like, stomped on it or something. Okay. I've got rid of one part. Get rid of this. If you're building a pit for dumping corpses down, and if ooh, interrupted by a troll. Where's the troll? Troll. Oh, there it is. What's it doing? Is it having a panic attack or something? Fleeing in terror, or is this? Overcome by terror. Well, military, go deal with it. Yeah, it's just going, oh! But we're not going to give it a chance to turn into another vampire. Come, military. Deal with the troll. Stab, 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 stab. There we go. Trolls bleed light blue. No one's actually falling down that pit, are they? I could just imagine, I could just already hear the dwarf bodies thudding and hitting the bottom of this pit which I'm mining. Okay, go down to there. do that corner, and do the other corner. Like this. Go up. Like that. And then you can get the middle one as well. What did you find over here? Nothing. A bunch of roots. Is there any holes in the roof of that? There's trees over there. Not seeing any holes, but there could be underneath those trees. I've mentioned in the last series, it's important if you have a tunnel just under the surface like this, and you see roots, if you cut the trees away above, chances are there will be holes in the ceiling where the roots used to be, leading into the tunnel, and you'll end up with enemies coming through the holes, getting into your fortress that way. So if you've cut away trees above a tunnel, it's important to check whether there's any holes. And the reason why I'm going up above is if there's a hole here in the floor, it will look different. It will look like this. This sort of air tile, because it's one floor further down. So it's an easier way to tell whether there's a hole. But there could be a hole, and it could be under a tree. I might just cut all the trees down along there and fill in the holes. But if there's none, I haven't cut any trees down over there, so it probably is fine. I think I'll just leave it. I wonder how dense a forest can become. It has gotten thicker over there. Than it was at the beginning of the game, I think. Shaken. You get rid of that up ramp, down ramp. Get rid of that ramp. Oh wait, that's yes, that's because of the channels which I haven't placed. Okay, get rid of that. Since you've gotten rid of the other two. And then we'll have finished our pit. I was going to say, if you have one of these pits, we'll start in this floor, so then I didn't finish it. If a pit for dumping corpses down like this is a fine idea if you have no other space and you can't go outside. However, if you're in a evil biome, particularly a biome where dead things come back to life, you probably want to have a bit more of a secure pit, because that means the undead can either climb up the walls or they can get up this stair here. So flooring over the stairs it would be a choice you can make. So that things you jump down the pit can't get back up. No. I don't want to assign animals to the pit. If I say garbage dump, will that do what I'm wanting to do? There was something like you place the zone next to a hole or over the hole, and they dump down the hole. Yeah, here we go. How do you make a garbage chute? You place the zone next to the hole. Your doors will move to the zone, then throw everything into the adjacent hole. Will they dump any of the actual stuff in the tile, or will they all place it all? Must be a dump zone and not a stockpile. Okay, so just create a dump pile and put it next to the hole. So we could just do this and not gather pick fruit, garbage dump. There. And they should dump it down the hole there. So if I say dump these rocks, and I get rid of my other dump zone, which was over here. Then will dwarves dump those rocks down the hole? He's picked it up. He's carrying it over. Is he going to dump it into that square, or is he going to dump it down the hole? He threw it down the hole! Hooray! Congratulations. Okay, so... yeah, they're all going to dump the rocks down. The rocks are going to fall down the hole, and thud and hit the bottom. Okay, good. Now, it's important that, as I just read, it's important that if you're doing something like this, you don't have dwarves down the bottom of the hole, because objects, when they're falling, deal a lot of damage when they hit dwarves. At least that would have been how it used to be. And I assume it's still the case. Because... or is that still the case? Actually... it used to be a thing where you could kill something by basically throwing anything at them. If you threw a hunk of sand, or a handful of sand at a monster, it would hit with the same force as like a rock. And you could, like, pierce an enemy by chucking a handful of sand at them. But I don't know whether that's still a thing, because I think objects now have, like, density. Have you put the scroll on this? Let's see. Bookcase. Tool bookcase. Oh, you haven't. This is a room here, isn't it? Yes, it is. The Vault of Knowledge. Yeah, I wanted to have a look at it. Bookcases. 1. Written objects, including copies. 1. Total number of each to scribe. 2. Fine. Okay. Cool. And we could have some tables and chairs in there as well. So. Get those doors up here, because I'm going to be dumping some of my... I'm going to be putting that pit back in here, even though it's creating a huge amount of miasma. Because the stuff's going to go into the refuse pile and corpses, and then I'm going to dump them down the hole. So, try and keep on top of that. Every now and then I'll just say, dump everything in it, and I'll throw it down the hole. Does mean dwarves will be exposed to it more often. So I don't know whether it's worth the effort. It would be nice if they just picked it up and chucked it down the hole in the first place. Whatever. Are you... there are no merchants trading. Right, yeah. They're leaving. Is that constructed? No, because it's suspended. Because Dwarf was throwing a tantrum. We just have like a holiday for him. Smooth everything here. That. There we go. Hey, made soap from tallows being completed. And you have nearly created that farm again. Oh, you sod! Stop destroying the frickin' farms! You destroyed 3 farms up here. And I don't even know what they were. Okay, this one was my plump helmets. I know that. So what's this one here? Prickleberries. This one's longland grass. This one's finger millet. This one's wild carrots. This one's doesn't have a designation. Put it as hemp plants. This one. Turnips. And then we can have one for strawberries and, I don't know, something else. Okay, you finished that one. Oh, hang on. Leeks was something I had growing, wasn't it? The other one can be strawberries. Yeah, I think we need more alcohol. No, not that. There we go. Mortally afraid. Where's that? Oh, down there. Are you being attacked? You're injured. Oh, she's just remembering something which happened. Okay, and here we'll do strawberry plants. There we go. Okay, okay. Does the mayor have anything for us to do? Nope. Okay. Smooth this out when you get a chance. After you've smoothed out everything up here. And I honestly feel like this is just going to be making my whole situation worse. That's not looking as I wanted it to. Just going to get rid of it again. Make a bigger refuse pile outside. There we go. Because it's just creating miasma, and miasma creates unhappy thoughts on top of it as well, so... It's just better not to deal with the miasma in the first place. I'm used to it all not being that big of a deal. Miasma would give negative thoughts to dwarves, but it wasn't, like, the end of the world. But in these later versions of Dwarf Fortress, it's a much bigger deal, and I'm always having a hard time sort of remembering that as being the case. Or, like, priorities have changed. How's our military? Fine. Oh yeah, I was creating I was creating some more armor and all that for another military squad. Let's go to uniforms. We will add a uniform. We'll name the uniform Ironbreakers. Then we'll have male shirts, which will be metal male shirts, breastplate, legs is greaves, helm, gauntlets, high boots, shield, battle axe. There we go. And we do material, metal, 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 and any material? Yeah. And then we'll create a squad. Ironbreakers, Chastity of Caves. Let's change that. Let's see. We'll call it the Tunnel Pikes. Hmm. There we go. Vault Guardians. It could be you, 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 you. 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 And you. There we go. Your alerts will be active. We change your schedule. So the Tunnel Pikes are training in these days, and they're not training on these days. So we'll swap it around for the Vault Guardians. They will train. Let's see. Copy order. Paste order. There we go. That way they're training. They're alternating. And we'll edit this order. 8 soldiers. Copy it. Paste, paste, paste. There we go. Okay. That means they're alternating and they're training on and off throughout the year. So when one squad is training, the other one is free. And they can both use the same room. Yep. There we go. They're busy putting everything out into the pit. That's fine. We got all their gear done. Let's actually have a look. I don't think they'd have finished that. That was a rather large order. Apparently they have. Is it in our stocks? How much armor do I have? 20 iron breastplates and 20 iron mail shirts. 40 iron gauntlets. 20 iron helms. Okay, okay. Pretty good. It's a dwarf that's stumbling around obliviously. Where are you? Over there. Well, just don't stumble around and destroy my statues. Let's put in an order for a bunch of tables. I'm going to want this. Tables. Create 20 tables. And create 20 thrones. And we'll put those into the library. I'm also going to create a bunch of bookcases. Nope. Let's see. Make wooden bookcases, and we'll create 19. Because we've already got one. And, yeah, that should be it for the moment. Pardon me. Okay. Oh, stray dog has been found dead. What happened? Did it just die of its injuries? Did someone fight? You're fighting a troglodyte. Troglodyte is fighting. No, that's a mace dwarf. We don't have any mace dwarfs. That was a monster hunter just fighting a troglodyte. So the dog must have just died of its injuries. Yeah, unfortunate. Can we put them in for like... Don't think you can put them in for like to the hospital or anything. Ooh. Interrupted by a troglodyte. Tunnel pikes. Down here, please. There's some troglodytes being a pain. Is there anything else down here? No, there's only 2 troglodytes. Ooh, there is a troll. There's another troll in the bedroom. Go kill it. They're just wandering into my fortress. Actually, don't attack it right yet. Just gather. Oh! Well done. You actually just went and killed the troll. Yeah. You had a case by the silk robe. What was that battle like? Troll strikes at a recruit, but the shot is blocked with the iron shield. Attacks the recruit, but he jumps away. Troll falls over. The recruit stabs the troll in the right foot with his iron spear. Troll falls over. Scratches it. Recruit bites the troll in the lower body. Troll breaks the grip of the recruit's upper front teeth on the troll's lower body. Kicks the troll in the head. Force pulls the neck. The recruit bites the troll. A troll just passed out from exhaustion, and then the spear dwarf stabs the troll in the head with his iron spear, and it killed it. Okay. So there was a bit of a tussle, and then the troll just passed out. These trolls, they just keep wandering in. Bully buds. Oh, hello. Yeah, we've got scholars here and a Baron Consort. They've come to enjoy my library. Atal Stredakom, human scholar. Discuss diseases. Come to study. He was curious about the Vault of Knowledge. That's a dwarf. Yeah, they're just all enjoying my library. Well, enjoy away. We've only got, like, 2 books. Or 1 book. What books do we have? What are they under? They're under, like, scrolls, aren't they, or something? Cheats? No. No, not seeds. Or tomes? Totems? No. Thrones, threads, tables? No. Codices, that's it. We don't have any. I believe we do. I bought one. Unless it's under something else. Let me change the type. Codices. No, hang on. We have at least 1 book. Querns. No, that's not it. That's not a book. Querns, what you use to mill stuff. Not under sheets. Okay, fine. Well, we do have something. Otherwise people... I suppose people would be coming here just because we have a library designated. Don't necessarily need a book for it, but we do have 1 book. I paid a fair bit for it. I don't remember what it was about, though. I think it was something which was amused me at the time. Right. So this pigtail. Oh, yes. I would like to... how do we get it? Let's see. Sheet. Pigtail. Pigtail sheet. Paper is made from cloth plants mashed into slurry and then pressed on the screw press. And a quern or millstone. Okay, so we need to create a quern. Do we need to create a quern for that? Yes we do. I think the quern's the handheld one. The millstone is the one which is used by a windmill. So we'll create a quern. And we'll mine out some areas over here for that. There we go. And there, and there. I haven't actually made paper before. I suppose we don't need pens or ink for the dwarves to write with. I wonder what they write with. Their own blood. Maybe they write with alcohol. I mean, we have charcoal. I could write with charcoal. Or chalk. I've got plenty of that. What is this growing over here? Is this... pigtails. Okay, that's pigtails. This is sweet pods. We're struck topaz. Oh, that's nice. We have to get all those amethysts out of the caverns. That'll go well in the vault down there. Are you still... Smelt hematite ore. And just keep doing that. And the smelter here is cluttered. Probably from all of the coke. Yep, it's full of coke. Is this our... Yep. Okay, so... Put another 2 bins there. That'll make it a bit easier to store stuff there. Bin, 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 bin. Hey, create a masterpiece fungi wood bookcase. That's pretty cool. Right, we need to have a quern. And a quern is placed by a... Okay, we don't have a quern. He hasn't built it yet. The quern building is a bit weird because other than any other workshop, the quern just takes up 1 square. Because it is just a quern. Which means that you can put it pretty much in a corner. You don't need a 3x3 room like you do every other workshop. Anything else appeared on the map? Scholars, there's a troglodyte, giant olm. That's not too much of a threat, I don't think. Giant amphibian predator, found underground near water. He's incredibly muscular, her skin is white, her eyes are black. Well, it says predator, so I suppose maybe it is a threat. No giant cave spiders, though. I've only killed 1 of those. And, our military did a very good job of that. None of them died. Though I think it killed a few civilians. But that's preferable. Oh, no. If you wonder why that keeps popping up, it's because I keep pressing shift ? Which brings up the in-game help, which I have actually never looked at. The wiki is a very good source for any information you would like to have on Dwarf Fortress. More dwarves being shaken. Everyone's smoothing out the hallway there. That's good. There's a bucket in the hallway. Why is there a bucket in the hallway? And there's a kid playing make-believe. Doing. Plays make-believe. Always deal fairly. Oh, he was angry after being forced to endure the decay of a father. Oh. He was angry dwelling upon being forced to endure the decay of a father. Poor guy. He felt enjoyment out of playing make-believe. Poor kid. Nobody said coming to the fortress of the frontiers though would be easy. Suppose. Unfortunate things like that happening though is not necessarily people would expect. Alt C. Put another bookcase here. Alt C, another one here. Alt C, another one there. Think dwarves can move past the bookcases? There we go. We can make some aisles of bookshelves that we have nowhere near as many, nowhere near that many books. But it doesn't matter. We'll fill it up. Maybe. That quern. We still don't have that quern. Why not? Have you built it? No one's constructing the quern. Do we only have one mason? Herbalist. You are now a mason. After you've dropped that item, I want you to go and put it over. Create that quern. Clothier. With our cloth, I want you to make... Hold on. Go to this. Work orders. I want you to make... cloth bags. 20 of them. I think we have enough cloth for that. We've been spinning all of our pigtail plants into thread and then cloth, so we should have some. Process plants. Unless they're all just sitting in our food stockpile. We created all the bookcases. I'm going to need that paper. Screw press. Hey, you don't need anything for that. Chalk mechanisms. Oh, that's all you need? Okay. We're going to need a paper maker. Ooh, Emma Sigarhos is visiting. Human astronomer. I didn't know there was astronomers in the game. Mace Dwarf cancels drink interrupted by troglodyte. Have you dealt with it? How do you get the task Monster Slayer? Is the tide turned? I'm not scared. Where are you? There. Whee! Whoa. You're chasing after the troglodyte. No, I think you just beat its teeth out and... yeah. Wow! Oh, that's one of my dump pots, isn't it? Yeah, that's one of my dump squares. Which I had down here. It's just full of troglodyte corpses and teeth. Fine. That's not going to breach the river, is it? No. That would be an embarrassing mistake. Is really the extent of the map? Yeah, it is. Hang on. Yeah, that's actually the entire map we're seeing there. Out further. You can see it all in one big screen. You can't make out anything though. Let's zoom in. There we go. Okay. Yep. Hang on, no, that's a bit fuzzy. Okay. So... oh, paused. What was that for? Cancels fish. Oblivious. Autumn has come. I'm going to... actually... alerts... activate this. Activate burrow. Everyone inside! I think around autumn is when people... when invasions start to arrive. Yeah. Yep. Forbidden area, you can't go outside. Can I build that quern? No. You still haven't created it. Oh, someone's creating it right now. I see them carrying the stone to the workshop. Okay, come on, come on. Inside. Inside, everyone. That includes you there. Just slowpoke. Who are you? Be a dwarf. Why are all my military dwarves outside? I suppose they were just doing things outside and then it changed over and they put on their uniforms again. Do. Come on. How's our brewing situation? Why do you stop? I refuse to believe that you get on top of that. You must be running out of barrels or something. Task. Go there. Work orders. New order. Barrel. 30. Are you inside now? No, you're nearly there. Are you like tossing things out of the pile while you're walking over it? I think you are. He's throwing a tantrum. That's why it's taking so long. He's embarrassed after throwing something. Yeah, he's moving over the refuse stockpile, picking up stuff and throwing it around. I just see this tooth like go whoo over that way. You're not destroying my depot now, are you? Feels pleasure near a fine trade depot. Yeah, well, don't destroy it. Why are you sleeping on the grass? Why are you annoyed for sleeping on the grass? You're destroying my depot, aren't you? You're just sitting there next to it. I'm gonna have to build it again. Okay, that quernstone is done. Right, so we can put that there. Hey, actually, you stopped throwing a tantrum. Now you're just depressed. That's an improvement. That means you're no longer destroying things. You can't build that, I think. No, you can, because it's actually within the... That's actually within the scope of the burrow. So you're inside now. Construct this wall here. And if there's anyone else outside, well, I'll see them when they arrive. And... Did you cancel that? Yes, you did. There's like a whole bunch of teeth there. Why is there so many... Oh, they're withered pigtails. Yeah, they're troglodytes. Teeth. Have... What am I thinking? I'm thinking, what am I going to be doing about all these, things again? Oh, are you leaving? Yep, this visitor is ready to leave. Okay. Okay. The other ones aren't going to be able to leave, I just realised. They're visiting and they'll be stuck in here with us. Okay. Turn off the burrow. So nobody can go outside now. And... You're creating the quern. Dwarves are throwing fits. All is well with the world. Interrupted by a giant orb. In here? The giant orb. Oh. Oh, there it is, right there. Ton of pikes. Go kill it. Ah, stab. Well done. Anyone die? Nope. Good. Okay, so wait, you're right, okay. So we got that. Let's go to the quern. Hey, mash plant into slurry. Do that like 10 times. And we're gonna need a freaking refuse pit. I don't want to just create a refuse pit inside again, because it smells. I could put one in here with the animals, but that would just be messy. Okay, we've got those tables done. So do 1, 2, 3. Wait, that's placing chairs or thrones. No, no, hold on. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay. Tables. Up against the walls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And then we'll be able to place the chairs. And we'll have a nice area for our dwarves to be able to, like, write. Should do more of that vault. We have some more bars, so... Walls. Like... This. There we go. Let's see, this is by 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Like that. And, how do I want the front of it to look like? I'd kind of like a little indentation on it so that we can have statues in the front. So something like this, and I'll fill it out more fully later. Yes, nice. We can find doors on the front. Are they ready to leave? Discuss star charts. Discuss diplomacy. Discuss star chart. Discuss diplomacy. Discuss diplomacy. Okay. Let's put some chairs and put that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And a new table. Oh, some more scholars are visiting. Well, they won't be able to get inside. Are you actually... You are mashing the plants into slurry? Cool. Can you, like, create some fine meals? Please. Fine meals. Create 50 of them. So far my dwarves have just been eating raw foods. Creating meals out of them is better. They get happier thoughts from it, and it also uses multiple ingredients, so they get happier thoughts from eating multiple ingredients. Also, if you have a very skilled cook, that will he'll create masterwork meals. Can you actually get to the kitchen? Let me have a look. You can. Why did you stop making those? I don't see the task cancelled. Oh no, it's just not validated yet. Okay. Ooh, outpost liaison. A caravan has arrived. We'll wait for them to come to the depot, trade depot, and then we'll open up the fortress, because I want to wait a bit and see whether there's any goblins going to arrive at around the same time. Who are you? Outpost liaison. Okay. Look at those farms growing away. It's very nice. Okay, you've arrived. Let's open up the fortress again. No, that's the wrong thing. There we go. And how much slurry do we get every time we mill those plants? What's slurry under? Plants? Liquids. Wolf syrup. Chimpanzee blood. Cat blood. Pig blood. Bumblebee venom. What's that? No, it's not. Dwarf syrup. Globs. That's tallow. Hemp. Hemp comes in globs? No, that might be the, mushed stuff. Okay. So... add you 10. Press plant slurry into paper sheet. And keep doing that. We have a paper dwarf. We should possibly have someone with the task here. Let's see. Organize archery demonstration. Really? You're not supposed to be equipped with bows, though. Construct rock throne, brew drink from fruit plants. Yeah. Brew a construction plant, seeds, prepare a raw fish. Make mash plant into slurry. Gem cutter's got no job. Fisher dwarf. You. Oh, geez. You looked rather unhappy. I just looked at that and you had a whole bunch of red things. Stressed. How are you? That's you? Well, you're drinking. Come on. What? No. Where were you? Whatever. Woodcrafter. Ooh, yeah. Farming is it under? Pressing. There we go. And what was your thing actually? No. Poetry. The group was squashing. Oh, he's actually been writing some stuff. Stories and all that. There. Under. Risk. No. Neighbors. No. That's just turning things on and off. Come on. Where is... Okay, we can look at it this way, I think. You're stressed. You're stressed. You're haggard. Really what it was? Was I looking at something else? Flashing past the screen so quickly. There we go. What's this? Oh, that's just because you're part of the, Oh? Oh, no. Wait, hang on. Oh, this is just assigning you to a squad. Labor, work animals, occupation, expel. Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. So, something that people do in the Dwarf Fortress in 44.12 to be able to better manage stressful dwarves and to stop them from throwing the tantrums everywhere is that they expel the dwarves. They sort of say, you know, right, you're obviously not cut out for the situation here, off you go. Because it's kind of difficult to deal with the stresses of dwarves at the moment, we'll find that it's often best to just have the dwarves leave your fortress rather than have them hang around and potentially cause issues for other dwarves. Because, you know, an unhappy dwarf is going to be being combative and possibly punch another dwarf, and that just makes everyone unhappy. But, you know, it's not really something which I do. Well, I haven't really considered doing it. I didn't really know how you do it. I haven't looked into it. It's not, again, it's not something which was used to be in the old versions. It's not something I'm really that aware of. I'd have to read into it more. I think there's a negative with it. Like if you expel a dwarf which has family, I think their family leave with them. Dwarven child has been possessed. Well, it's a possession. Not as good as a Fey mood, but let's hope that you get through that all right. You've claimed a craft dwarf's workshop. And you are moving off and collecting stuff. So we'll have to see whether you I'll have to remember to try and check in on you. Liaison. What do you want? There's much to share. Okay. What do you have for the merchants? So what do we want from them? I don't really need seeds. Instruments would be good. Ooh, actually, I want some gypsum plaster. And I think we can get quick climb because we have chalk and marble. Do we need anything else? Should I get some sheets? I suppose we could supplement it. You can tell, like, yes, I want specifically rhinoceros parchment sheets. Just get pigtail sheets. And we don't need mugs, we can make those. Okay, that's fine. We don't really need much, I don't think. Anyway, yep, fine. Look over the documents. What do you want? You want tanned hides, earrings, and handwear. Also rings. We can make rings and handwear and earrings. All fine. And tanned hides, I suppose. You don't really want to... This is just sort of, they want all this stuff, but how much compared to each other? Like, this is all sort of above 100%, right? 207 for tanned hides. 216 for handwear. Earrings is 214. That's like they're willing to pay twice as much and more. Windows, 161. Cloth, 128. I wonder how the dwarves transport windows. Okay, well, I'd say I was going to write that down, but no, it's not like we remembered to check that for the last time they visited. Move goods to depot. Get the small cut gems bins and get the large cut gems bins. There we go. And I should start cutting the gems which we have. Go. And I want a trader there as well. Okay. Oh, you're moving the giant Olm corpse outside. Yes, good. You're pressing some of the slurry into sheets. Nice. Getting some paper production up. Will we need a coffer downstairs to store them in the library? Let's see. The Vault of Knowledge, the boxes, writing material. Yes. So we'll need some coffers in here. Not a burial receptacle. That's a bit morbid. Did you end up creating that construct cloth bag? It's been accepted. Nobody's working on it. Do we not have a clothier? Elder. What's your labors? Crafts. Clothes making. Weaving. Sure. Farmer. Farmer. I don't really want to give my farmers other tasks, Gilda. You could be also a paper maker and a bookbinder. I'll make one farmer, paper maker, and bookbinder. We have a lot of farmers. That's more just dwarves who might have like the farming skill and have gotten skilled enough with farming that they've been turned into a farmer. They might have secondary skills, but farming is the predominant. Okay, is our trader here? He is. And I don't think they've brought everything to the trade depot yet. Nope, someone's still carrying the bin. That kid's still running around collecting items. Everyone's smoothing out over here. Oh, Kilob has become mayor. Is that a different mayor? Export of thrones prohibited. Oh, that's fine. I don't think we had a mandate, did we? I got lost in all this. Throwing a tantrum. Oh, okay. Come on, get that bin there. Oh, it's heavy. Can you, like... I'm still smelting hematite ore. That's fine. Is it there yet? No. We will want... Find... some more of that nice bituminous coal. So, go here. Do that. Like this. And just do that. Exploratory tunnels so that we can find veins of ore and then just mine them out that way. It is good if you build tunnels with like 2 or 3 spaces between each other so that you can cover the entire map, but I don't know. I like building tunnels like that. It allows the 2 wide areas allow me to put doors in them if I need to for whatever reason. Rather than building them. I don't tend to like building walls with the purpose of putting a door next to them, even though walls are essentially... Constructed walls are, I believe, as strong as natural walls, and building destroyers can't destroy them. I don't know, I just like having natural walls. If I can, rather than building walls. It's also because if you, like, you see these gems in the wall here. If I mine them out, then it will reveal the stone here, and then you fill it in with a wall, and it will make it look weird because you can see some of the stone here when you can't, when it's not next to the, when it's beyond the wall, so it's not something I'm used to seeing. Masterpiece almond wood barrel. Well done. Trader. Why is my broker... Wait, hang on. Are my brokers my man now? Okay. Like the same person? Let me have a... I've got traders though. What are you? Are you... skilled? As a trader? Dabbling observer, master brewer, legendary appraiser, accomplished persuader, high master negotiator. Wow, you're good. Novice judge of intent. So, hold on. Let me have a look. Broker. place. I just want to have a look at who else would be skilled. So let me have a look at trader. What's the most important skill for an appraiser? Profession, administrator, job title, trader. Attributes, analytical ability, memory, and intuition. Appraiser has no associated assignable labors. A good way to train another dwarf is to assign him as broker, make him go to the trade depot and trade, exit, and assign the main broker again and make him do the action. Broker is a useful noble with no demands or requirements. A broker has several duties in the running of an organized fortress. After you appoint a broker with your appraiser skill through the noble screen, you can see fortress wealth and trade information in the status screen. You can specify that only the broker may trade with visiting caravans. The advantage of this is that the broker gains an appraiser skill by opening the trade window for the first time, which allows the display of items values at the depot, and gains social skills by trading, which improves returns on your trading efforts. Disadvantage, however, is that convincing your broker to go to the trade depot in a timely manner can at times be frustratingly difficult. So it's Judge of Intent, Appraiser, and Negotiator, which in turn have secondary skills which like improve those. Oh, it's not really known how the different skills affect it. The broker skills gain some experience in each of the skills. I would assume it just means that if the more skilled the trader is, the better they are at like getting them to accept deals with a smaller margin of profit. So you can sort of say, I want, you know, this object worth 100 dwarf bucks, and I'm willing to give you this gem of 100 dwarf bucks. And usually they go, well, how about this deal? And they bump it up to like 300 dwarf bucks in profit for them. But then I assume the more skilled your trader, you can knock that down so that they're more willing to pay something, say, only with 50 profit or something. But that's all me guessing. Tholtig Dalzan Ming has begun a mysterious construction. The child has actually started the construction. And where's my mayor? Is my mayor going to be able to get there? Mayor, where's the mayor? There's an administrator. Mayor. There's the mayor. Report crime. Oh, jeez. Who cares what they think? She felt wonder, remembering communing with Shindy Aqualadak. Are you reporting a crime? Oh, I suppose... Yeah, I suppose it was just someone broke the law. I have a captain of the guard. We would actually have our justice system up, wouldn't we? Oh yeah, jeez. Disorderly conduct. So many people. Few cold cases. Disorderly conduct. Recent crimes. This is just... dwarves throwing tantrums and throwing stuff, and everyone's like, hey, they've broken the law. If we had a hammerer, those dwarves would have big dints in their head. Hammerers take their job very seriously. And no mercy. Burial receptacle. Container. We don't have any containers. I did say to make any containers. Okay. Create. Offers. 10 of them. And are you at the thing now? No, no. I would like you to get there so that I can trade, please. Mayor, are you going there? The mayor is storing an item in a stockpile. No, you're having a drink. Well, I suppose you're, you know, I suppose you're entitled to that. But I would like you to go trade. Are you going to trade after you've had a drink? You're drinking straight out of the barrel. You know, there is mugs. There should be mugs. I made like 40 of them. Conduct meeting, report, crime. You're just flipping back and forth between those. Oh, you're conducting a meeting with someone. I should get another dwarf as a broker, because this mayor is too busy to be the broker anymore. Replace. Expert. Judge of intent, liar, intimidator, comedian, pacifier, professional. Which one's better? I think expert is better. Pretty sure it lists it in order of best to worst. So, my broker. Ooh, yeah. There you are. Legendary fisher dwarf. You're going inside. Oh, you've been picking plants. Okay, go have a meal. Where are you? Eating. Oh, are you on the table? You're there? I've lost track of you. You're a blue smiley. Trade at depot. Oh. Oh, there you are. Okay, good, good. Okay, trade. Oh, finally. Oh. You're not actually good enough for me to be able to see the value of things. Oh. Boy, oh boy. Thought you'd be good. I suppose it's because you've just got... That's the first time you're trading. You're not actually... Yeah. Fine. The mayor's going to be the trader. Because... You're the one who actually knows what things are worth. The mayor! Where are you? Conduct meeting. Oh! Vaultglaze, Dalzatmeng, dwarven child, has created Acning, a chestnut amulet. He claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor Led Mansion Raced. Let's have a look at that. Ooh, actually, we've got some writings here as well. Are these ones which we wrote in our fortress? Or are these ones which got brought here? The Moon and Other Travesties. A giant chipmunk parchment scroll. I love this. I love that the dwarves and all that write books in Dwarf Fortress. It is fantastic. I just love the idea that they're writing about these random, like, topics or things which are important to them. It's just like, why are you writing about the moon and other travesties? Oh. This is a giant chipmunk parchment scroll. The rollers are made from rose quartz. Written on the item is a manual entitled The Moon and Other Travesties, authored by Ubbulfikod. It concerns the phases of the moon. The writing has its moments of cleverness, yet it has a touch of melancholy. Overall, the prose is passable. And first ruins, then the world, a giant sperm whale parchment scroll. This is a giant sperm whale parchment scroll. The rollers are made from siltstone. Written on the item is a manual entitled First Ruins, Then the World, authored by Pundik Padul Worldness. It concerns the method of collecting and evaluating artifacts to learn about history and culture. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not good, very good either. Okay. And, that Thackening Lockburned, a chestnut amulet. This is a chestnut amulet. Allcraft's dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with cushioned chalk cabochons, decorated with chestnut and encircled with bands of chestnut and groundhog bone. Cushioned chalk cabochons? Did I carve some chalk? This object is adorned with hanging rings of chestnut. On the item is an image of Stranglemire, the iron battle axe in rose quartz. Hey, that's pretty cool. Another artifact with an image of Stranglemire on it. This one had it? Image of clouds. Nope. Nope. Image of Stranglemire. Yeah, the dwarves were actually putting image of Stranglemire on a bunch of their items. Only on 2 of them, but I wonder if we've got any carvings of Stranglemire in the things. Engraved. This is an engraving in our hall. Moral Erith, the Pages of Labor. Engraved is a Catan Ubbulfikod rendition of the Pages of Labor, an exceptionally designed image of a bolt. Image is the symbol of the Flaxen Hall, a local dwarven government. What about this one? Well-designed image of maces. This one? Exceptionally designed image of a bolt. What's this one? Of toads. This one? The Light of Greed, the Apricot Wood Scepter. Hey, it's got an image of the artifact on there. What's this? Forgotten Beasts, the Innocent Stream. This one is Gato Lost Star, the Ageless Burial. Finely designed image of a radiant cut gem. The Light of Greed, the Apricot Wood Scepter. That's back there. Dwarf. Finally designed image of Rovod Wheel Flickers, the Dwarf and Purring Maggots by Tulon Ubbulfikod. Rovod Wheel Flickers is surrounded by the Purring Maggots. Is he someone in our fortress? Let's have a look. Do we have a Rovod here? We probably do. Is this someone's idea of like a practical joke or something? Rovod. Rovod Hammer Sharks. No, that's not the right person. That was the planter. We have another Rovod. Not one of the children, is it? No. Was it one of the dwarves which died? Rovod. It might have been one of the dwarves that died. Won't be able to check that. Because I was thinking that if he's got a picture of a certain dwarf surrounded by purring maggots, it might be because that dwarf detests purring maggots. It's like, yeah, I drew a picture of you surrounded by the things you hate. Don't you love it? Yeah. Pages of Labor. Actually designed image. Oh, wait, hang on. What? Is this... Engraved is a Catan Ubbulfikod rendition of the Pages of Labor, an exceptionally designed image of a bolt. Is this an image of an image? Because there's another one of the Pages of Labor up above. There's another one. But yeah, I think it might just be an image of a bolt, rather than being an image of an image of an image. Dwarves creating images in reference to other images. Vine of Cobalt, superiorly designed image of cloth, symbol of the bright vestibule. Image of the Gold of Diamond, the deity of wealth, depicted as a female dwarf. Gold of Diamond looks offended. Image of squares. Image of toads. Image of skewered relieved, the droplet of skins, the peachwood amulet. Hey. What's this? Of attraction bench. Of a black cap. A vine of cobalt. Vine of cobalt. Image of a yak. Image of a buckler. Vine of cobalt. I just love to have a corridor with all these pictures drawn on the walls. It's just like, what does it mean? Which was like, oh, I had to come up with something. I drew an image of a traction bench. Why? Because it was just created and it was the hot thing at the time. I kind of want to engrave in the library. Do some engravings down the center here. Make it look a little nicer. Damp stone located. Oh, that's going under the river? Yep. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Cut that off. And... okay. Didn't actually encounter any, HMS coal there. There's some hematite just in the corner there, but we've got all the hematite we need, I think, for the moment. Ugh. Oh, you're starting to smooth out the place of worship. Ooh, is my trader at the depot yet? No. Mayor! Conduct meeting. Come on. Come on. Struck hematite? Who are you conducting a meeting with? You're just sitting there in your bedroom. Report crime. You tried to report a crime, but... you tried to report a crime to yourself? Is that why you're stuck not doing anything? So what's the thing they need? An appraiser. Adequate appraiser. You're the new broker. Whoever you were. You. Kivish. Trade at depot. Thank you. Thank you. And you're an adequate appraiser, so you should be able to tell me what the quality of items are. You can. Good. Okay. Get this large rat parchment sheet. This two-humped camel parchment sheet. This pond grabber parchment sheet. Green glass absam balls. Oh, these are all parts of musical instruments. The greatest common divisor, the definitive guide copy. 820. Before large numbers to copy. Bronze stepladder, pigtail bouquet strings. Mysteries of the point. A lot of cheese. We don't need splints and crutches. I kind of want to buy all the musical instruments they have, but then we have to construct them. And we might not have all the parts for them. Duck in a cage. An alunite aplis. Oh, it's an instrument. Mid-sized handheld cylindrical bore stone wind instrument. Well, we can take that. Copper toy boat. Nope. Conglomerate bouquet. Alunite bouquet. Sure. And that ablish. Get some water skins. Get a puzzle box. Get the bronze toy axe. Get the mini forge. Is a mini forge just like one of those, like... My mind goes to like those, what's it called? Oh, what are those toys which I had? The, you put the, Play-Doh in them. It's like an extruder. That's kind of what I imagined it to be like. Or like those, you know, chemistry kits which you got, and you put like the, you know, it creates like goopy slime, and then you're supposed to eat it. I never had one of those. Probably for the best. Yeah, you'd have like molds, and you create like brain goop, slimy brain stuff by putting them into the mold and putting like the fizzy stuff and gelatin, so on, into it and set it. Big iron bars. Sure, we'll take those. Okay, and sell. Get that. Here we go. And trade. Ah, wonderful. Thank you for this. I will. Where is it? I want to get. Of aluminium bound codex. 1,000. Magnetite bound codex. We got some parchment sheets. What's this? Oh, the written portion. It is actually written. Written portion consists of a 98-page manual entitled Better Nothing. Authored by Kogan Rock Chaos. It concerns a symbol for nothingness. The writing is stunningly self-indulgent, and it is very rigid. Overall, the prose is amateurish at best. What is this before large numbers? This is a sheep parchment scroll. The rollers are made from malachite. This object menaces with spikes of finely crafted almandine. On the item is a well-designed image of a rose-cut gem in pink jade. On the item is a well-designed image of spelt in rhodolite. Written on the item is a manual entitled Before Large Numbers, authored by Cecilia Andelluard. It concerns notation for very large numbers. The writing is a bit stiff. Overall, the prose is amateurish at best. I would assume there's a lot of objects about like mathematics and all that, because Tarn Adams is a professor of mathematics. This is a giant mole parchment scroll. The rollers are made from mica. Written on the item is a manual entitled The Mysteries of the Point. Concerns geometric objects, points, lines, circles, triangles, and so on. Writing has its moments of cleverness. Overall, the prose is amateurish at best. How much is that? 420. I would like to get another book. The Mysteries of the Point. It's a copy. But shapes the truth. The truth of shapes. Nobody will It's like, I must get the truth out. Nobody will believe me. They're coming to get us, I tell you. The shapes are coming. The shapes are coming. Bone Osor. What? No, I don't want... No, you can't have that. Take this. I don't want to give you the Eagle Bone Osor, because that's an instrument, and I'm going to make use of that. Damn it. Take this quartzite scepter and bracelet. All my chalk mugs are there. Okay. We've done our trading. Move the goods back. All done. No trader needed a depot. I did change it over. And... Right. So we should be making parchments. I should have some coffers now, actually, to put the parchments into our library. Marble door destroyed by troll! Where's that troll? Over there. There's no marble door near there. This one. There it is. After it! Where's it gone? Oh, it's up in the fortress. Right, tunnel pikes. Go kill the troll. It's hurting someone, I think. Yes, it is. It's actually attacking a fisher dwarf. Oh no, he's got a injured heart. You're gonna kill him, aren't you? Oh, you killed him, you sod. Vault Guardians. Oh, well, it's dead. Unfortunate. I'm gonna need some more coffins. Only one though, but poops. Make this memorial hall. This is a memorial. Oh no, okay. Free room. Memorial hall would be like creating a mausoleum or, you know, like a tomb specifically for that person. You can put items into it. That's something you'd need for higher nobles. If you have like the king or queen in your fortress, if your fortress gets designated as the capital of your civilization or your faction, the king and queen, whichever, can move in, and they can also move in another because of another event, but I won't talk about that. And being the king or queen, they have very high requirements. They require very good rooms, and they also require a high quality place of rest. So you would need to create a coffin, designate it to them, have it with a lot of, you know, detailing in that room and so on and so forth. I suppose you can make a memorial hall using a slab as well. I thought it would be like creating a room where dwarves could contemplate on the dead and remember them. That'd be nice if you could do that. Like a dwarf which is having problems getting over the death of a loved one or a family member. Or a friend or whatever. They could actually go to your designated tomb area. Or just to the coffin of the person, or the stone of the person, and remember them and sit there for a bit. And, they could get a happy thought from that. Do they do that? I know they get a positive thought from having a person who they knew die get interred. Because they get an unhappy thought as long as someone's not actually interred. But as soon as they are interred, they get a happy thought from it. Well, I don't know what... They get a happy thought from it. I don't know whether it offsets completely the sadness they get from, you know, oh, this person died and they haven't been properly buried. I would assume it does, but it might not overcome the full negative thoughts if the person hasn't been memorialized in some way for quite a while. What's all these things? Paper sheets. Well, who needs some coffers? Why aren't you creating coffers? Like 10 coffers there and nobody's making them. The engraver, you're stressed. You're now a mason. Do I have any other animals which I need to put in here? Nope. Just check every now and then. Dogs and cats don't need to be put in there, I don't think. I'm pretty sure they don't. The cats just wander around the fortress chasing after their adopted owners. Did they really put that dwarf in the pile and then they're carrying him back? Wait. What? Who are you carrying? Oh. Someone else's body. Womp womp. Okay. Damp stone located. Yep. What's that there? Someone's just discarded a sock. You just... Oh, it's been... Okay. It's been badly degraded. So... Okay. I'm gonna have to create clothes for people. I think we just create robes, 30 of them. Trousers, 30 of them. And shoes. 30 of them. Should be enough. Do we not have any clothiers? Someone should be doing that task. Woodcarver. Clothes making. Weaving. Planter. Clothes making. Fisher dwarf. Clothes making. That's not a dwarf, that's just an image of dwarfs on the ground. You, dwarf, why aren't you doing anything? Oh wait, you're a pitcher. Okay, got that mined out. What's this up here? Shawl. Tiger eye. Hematite. Red tourmaline. No, that's actually tourmaline down there. That wasn't hematite. I'm going to move this over this way because this will go into the other biome and we'll be able to see what resources we get over there. So, are we creating those bags now? Yes, someone is actually doing it. Thank you. Why are you so slow? You're collecting webs. Oh! Have you been going into the caverns collecting all those webs? I thought I turned off that. Threads. Okay, spider silk thread. Yes, you have. Okay, spider silk thread is at 5,565. Okay, fine. We've got more than enough thread. I could actually create silk stuff. I'd have to turn the thread into cloth, but let's do that. Work orders. Feed thread into silk cloth. 100. And suspend the task of collecting webs. Because we've got enough at the moment and I want to weave it into cloth. I should get another loom. Where's that leading? Oh, that's into the animal room. This. Okay, I was actually going to expand the mining, not the mining, the smelting situation. Where's my miners? There. How do we go? Hold on. I know I seem to flip back and forth between multiple things quickly. Do that. Like that. Downstairs. There. Like that. Sure. Up, down. And go down a bunch of layers. We'll see whether we can find the other underground layer. Why is that stinking up the place? Ow. Just get those rotten stuff outside. Because from they're a giant olm, you have to put them into a corpse pile. Fine, just get them outside. Would you please only get the drinks from the drink pile and not drink them straight out of the still? Some order would be nice here. A chemist is visiting? There's chemistry in Dwarf Fortress? What's that? If I built a wall here, would that prevent dwarves from seeing the pile? Probably not. Not entirely clear how Dwarf Fortress line of sight works, because when you get into the cavern layers, the dwarves don't really have any problem seeing through the caverns, even if it's like multiple dead levels up and down. Behind where you enter the opposite direction from where the entrance you've made is looking. So, I don't know. Yeah, just keep going down until we hit something. What is this we're all surrounded by here? Gabbro and diorite. Ooh, and that is Vaultglaze. It's changed again. This is granite and diorite and pyrolusite. Ooh. Discovered an expansive cavern deep underground. Okay, and we opened up right above it. So we're going to need to dig like this. Downstairs. Like that and... Okay. This is going to be an upstairs. Like this. Mine. Where? Okay. To here. Go down again. Up, downstairs to there. Bottom one's going to be upstairs. Do that. Then do this. Okay, and we can get rid of this. Actually, just keep carving that. And we'll have to pave over that. Actually, hold on. Upstairs. Downstairs. Okay, broke into another cavern layer. And it seems very bare. There's just a whole bunch of muddy, dense floor fungus. Pile of mud. Full of troglodyte blood. Cave spider silk web. This. Tetrahedrite. Red tourmaline. Vaultglaze. In granite and gabbro. Alexandrite. And this is barnite. Okay. Bunch of webs in here. Seeing any giant spiders. Okay. Floor over these. And why didn't you remove the designation? Thought I told you to remove it. Yeah. Thank you. What are these? This is aquamarine. There's something else there. It's that green thing. Green zircon. Zircon's down there. And there's also this. Native silver! Hey! Pretty nice. Interrupted by a troll. Oh jeez. Another troll has come up from below. Come on, military, go stab this troll again. They just keep going out to the troll and they're like, ugh! Thank you. Any other trolls on the map? Kiwi cock. Chinchillas. Giant olm. Cave crocodile. Oh, that's in my, that's in my construction. Tunnel pikes, go over there. Vault guardians, go over there. The vault is being invaded by a cave crocodile. It's only a cave crocodile, it's not a giant cave crocodile. So, it's not as bad as it could be. Oh, it's actually wandered out again. Well, let's go deal with it anyway. Can't have those wandering around, it's unhygienic. Look at a lot of scholars visiting. Human astronomers, scholars, lady consort. Yes, discuss the sun. Discuss hernia surgery. Ponder belief. The sun, axiomatic reasoning, belief, and hernia surgery. I suppose that's important. Especially if the dwarves are like lifting a lot of heavy stuff. I laugh, but it's a very important discussion. Okay. Captain of the guard, overcome by terror. Yes, don't necessarily want to engage the cave crocodile on your own, because it's, well... Okay, fine. I'll just shut my big mouth. You dealt with that, no problem. Everyone go home. Floor. Can we floor over this now with iron? We can. We don't have enough for the whole thing, but we'll get a bit of it done. There we go. We can make the floor out of soap. Yes. Let's make a floor out of soap. Only the finest soapy floors here. Actually, that means that you can make a wall of soap, can't you? Yes, we can make a wall of badger soap. Okay, good. We've got some containers. I want this here. Short coffer. Over here. Another coffer. You can put one here too as well. Dwarves, those tables are for scholars. Don't leave seeds on the seats. You're using them for eating, I know you are. They're all part of the library. No eating in the library. You'll get, like, crumbs over the books. Can I designate them as, like, study? Find location. No. No, no, no. Free room. How's this actually going? Let's see. The vault of knowledge, detail. 18 bookcases, written objects including copies 4, total numbers of each to scribe 2, books' bags in common area 3. Okay. Tables 10, chairs 10, scholar. Sign occupation, scribe. Sign occupation. Don't really have a scholar dwarf. Or a scribe dwarf. Well, we've got a bard. That's close. Hold on. You're a bard. You're a scholar now. Scribe. This is where, like, being able to see which dwarves had a particular interest in writing would be useful. No, you could use, like, what's it called? Dwarf manager? Fort manager or whatever. That type of stuff. I'll use an engraver. And you're carrying the coffers there. Are you going to start putting the sheets in here? Look at all the visitors to our fortress. Oh. Can't reach the site? Why not? Someone's throwing a tantrum. I suppose just because someone else was standing on the spot. Other scholars visiting. Yeah, sure. Keep mashing the plants into slurry. You can process plants. You're preparing to find meals. Have you started that? Yes, you have. Okay, good. What are the fine meals we're creating? Kitchen. Because we've got so many different things. It'd just be under food? There's drinks. No. Oh, under prepared food. Perhaps. Prepared meals. There we go. Prepared meals 19. What are they? Groundhog tallow stew. Groundhog tallow stew. Rhubarb stew. Prickleberry stew. Hazelnut stew. Prickleberry stew. Almond stew. Okay, mostly stews. Throwing tantrums. What is all this down here? It's like all these bolts around. Iron bolts. Okay. Stocks. Ammunition. Go claim all of them. Dwarves have been going around here firing bolts every which way, whatnot. You should collect them all up. There is a troll down there. Swinging around on the walls. And there's another troll. Where's this one? It's even further down. Okay. We haven't opened up down into there yet. But that's possibly something which we could do. It might actually be better to create the vault down here because it's much more open. Like, right here. Just look at that. It's just like high and there's nothing below there. I could actually move it down there. We haven't created too much of the vault. I'll have a think about it. That's actually kind of a nice spot. It's like a plateau. We've got this little bit here which we could possibly back it up onto. And as I said, it's several Z levels high, which means I don't have to get rid of all those columns to be able to create a nice environment. Actually kind of a nice shape that for a just a massive room. Anyway, let's go up here. How are things going? It looks like we have a full stockpile of drinks, which is nice to see. All the dwarves are using the cups. Are we creating any more books? Do we have paper in here now? We should, because we have some storage here for paper. Writing materials design 0, and we have 3. We have 0 out of 10. There is 3 boxes of bags. Do we need to like? No, they should put the stuff into those boxes automatically. Because it's like, this place is calling for it, and they'll be like, oh right. We'll put the resources we need in there. So I've got more than I need in the library because I also have the storage pit here. Holding thread and all that. So they should be carrying some stuff down there. Transformed into a were-raccoon again. Do we have any more books written? Oh. Actually. Okay, what's this one? The Mystery of Anatomy, a Forgotten Beast Parchment Scroll. This is a Forgotten Beast Parchment Scroll. The rollers are made from nickel silver. Written on the item is a manual entitled The Mystery of Anatomy, authored by Dukim Pledge Portal. It concerns anatomical studies for medical edification. The writing is stunningly self-indulgent, and it overflows with sadness. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. Okay. A thrilling read. There's 160 dead and missing. It's all just all the troglodytes we've been killing. Down in the caverns. Hold up. Okay. Do I want to close up the fortress again? It's late autumn. I think I will do that before we end. Just so that everyone's inside again. Because I don't want the goblins to arrive and kill off everyone. Just yet, anyway. Everyone inside. What was that? A birth to a boy. Congratulations. Look at all the stupid... Look at all the mussels and all that they've just left along the shore of the river. And they're tracking, like, dirt and all that all over it. Willow fruit, actually. Rotten raw perch. Rat remains, mussel shells. They're just leaving, like, rubbish all along the river shore. It is rubbish from the river, but it's still rubbish. I need a bigger food stockpile. Food's not really a problem in Dwarf Fortress once you get it started. You end up with far too much. Like, I got those pigs so that we could have, you know, some pork and all that around here, but we don't need it. Everyone's subsisting off a diet of, like, apricots and turnips and leeks and stew. Is everyone inside? Think so? I think so. I don't see anyone moving towards the front door anymore. Okay. There. Construct the door again. Wall again. Thank you for being prompt on that. There is stuff in the way there. Everyone's junk. No, I know you moved like 4 items out of the way, but you're going to have to do some more of it. All those scholars are going to be stuck in here as well. Did you suspend that again? You did. What? Why? Is it because someone's trying to move something on here? Withered plump helmets. Fine. Remove them. Just pick them up. Put them somewhere else. I know someone else is coming to move them, but you could possibly shuffle them over one side. There, thank you. Okay. So we're inside again. The alert can go off. Burrow can be deactivated. Everyone is free to do whatever they want in here, down in the caverns. Just can't go outside. Experiencing emotional shock. The blacksmith has been found dead. Marble slab toppled by a Kolkun troll. Oh, God. Where's that stupid troll? Okay. Kill the troll with extreme prejudice. These trolls, I swear. We're gonna have to put like a patrol down in the tunnels, just so that every time a troll decides to wander up here, we've got some of our military dwarves down there to deal with them, so they stop wandering up here, toppling our statues. Is there any more trolls? They're really trolling me. This is just like my Warhammer troll playthrough. It's just trolls everywhere. I did have any troll vampires in that one. Thankfully. I don't know if a troll could become a vampire in Warhammer. Why would the vampires bother? Yeah, okay. Find out this. Actually, don't mind that out. Flip-flopping. Do like this into a room where I can put like bodies again. I think it will travel down the hallway regardless. Yeah, I think it just moves a certain number of squares. It doesn't matter whether it goes around corners or not. Oh well. Are you having more meetings, Mayor? Report crime. What? The troll? I call the troll committing a crime. Toppling statues. Not toppling statues, actually, thankfully. It only toppled slabs. Which is bad enough, but... Okay. And is the other slab in the storage pit yet? Someone might have just put it in. No. What about now? Thank you. Oh, there was 2 he toppled. 4 he toppled? 4 they toppled? Because I think I had 4 slabs in there. They can't destroy them, I think. I think they can just, like, flip them. Interrupted by a giant bat. Where's the giant bat? Oh. Bollocks. Come on. Go over here. And avoid guardians. Any experience you can get will be good. What's his problem? I've been injured badly. This leaves me so shaken. His legs torn open. Where's that giant bat? Didn't kill you. There it is. It's just flapping around. It is a giant bat. Go kill it. You like follow it around. Hold on. There we go. Yes, hunting on my dwarves. Go after it, dwarf. That's a giant bat. Oh, good. Our ghostly fish cleaner got put to rest. When a slab gets knocked over, the ghost will rise up again, because you know, who desecrates my burial site? Whoa. That's why you want to put the slabs back. Because having dwarves getting haunted by ghosts is a rather traumatic experience. Hey, you killed the giant bat. Well done. And someone carried the dwarf off as well. Okay. So. Ooh. Found a bunch of stuff there. Corpses. There's going to be another corpse room. And we don't have any doors. Stuff, things. I haven't even finished those coffers. Okay, what is that in the middle? Oh, it's the cave crocodile. It's left it in the middle of the hall. Everyone's going to be dumping the stuff down in the room. I just put designated. Yep. I mean, that's what it's there for. Horrified. Is it because there's a giant cave? Is it because there's a cave crocodile body in the middle of the hallway? Well, she got blissful remembering she slept in a very good bedroom, so they have good bedrooms. That's a good thing. So. However, I think we'll be leaving Dwarf Fortress there for tonight. We've done a bit. We opened up to the other cavern layer. We've also gotten a bunch of parchment created, so that dwarves can start writing more books in here. How is that, actually? Has dwarves moved stuff into here? No. They should at some point. I need to put a sheets stockpile here. let's do that. And sure, you can put some bins there. And you can take from the finished goods stockpile. Okay. Dwarves keep having tantrums and all that, but nobody's gone so crazy as to just be unrecoverable. The tantrums are annoying. I think our mayor is getting very good at consoling people. Our military continues to train, which is nice. We have a lot of scholars visiting us. I'm going to have to open up the fortress again so that they can leave at some point. Engraver cancels, construct rock coffer to depressed. I mean, everyone has bedrooms. Pretty sure everyone has bedrooms. Let's see. Make room, size. Dwarven babies. Yep. Everyone's got bedrooms. Dwarven babies sleep with their mothers. So that is fine. We're actually 132. Did we get a migrant wave this time? I don't think we did, actually. I suppose we've been holed up in here for the majority of the time, but I think migrant waves still come, even if they're, even if they can't actually get into your fortress. Some people have better bedrooms than others because they have gems in the walls, whereas others just have plain walls. I should probably do some carvings on the walls which divide their bedrooms. They have it a bit nicer. Ooh, a historian is visiting. What was the news which we had? I never checked that. Some armies marching south. Oh, and an army from the Elven settlement up there as well. All marching down here. What's this? Refugees calling themselves the New League fled from the area just before an army of the Flickering Witch led by the goblin Shulsa Bornclasp descended upon Wondered sounded. Okay. This is where we are, I believe. I think. Or is it here? It's somewhere. Center on fort. That's us there. We're here. Holdings and tributes. Yeah, we're not extorting any other. Extorting. We could send some of our military out to rough up people and ask them for goods and all that. We could send people out on a mission to recover artifacts. We could recover Stranglemire. Do I know where Stranglemire is? I think last time I checked, we didn't know. Run Banner, Fly Wax, Wiremark, Wet Romance. Did we learn about where it's located? Stranglemire, location unknown. Okay, so we don't know where it is. Send some dwarves out having a look. But, as I said, I think that will be it for Dwarf Fortress for tonight. Save the game here. And we'll continue with it next time. So, next time, I'm probably going to go ahead with my idea of moving the vault down into the second cavern layer, just because it's more open, and it will allow me to build vertically more easily than in the first cavern layer, which has all the columns in it, and it would be so much hassle having to remove them all. So, I've never done any real mega constructions which have taken large periods of in-game time. I can't remember what's the longest fortress I've ever had, how long that went for. Maybe it went for like 10 or 12 years? I don't tend to play fortresses for too long. Either I get bored of them, or they end up dying. But anyway, that's it for Dwarf Fortress tonight. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you'll join me for the next time. Stop the recording here.